cup of coffee. I'm going to share with you some spooky channels on YouTube. I did not look them up on alternate sites like BitChute and Odyssey and such, but if you would like to do that and share with me, that would be wonderful. And people are like, why are you promoting other people's channel? Well, as a micro mini, because I can. It's not all about me. I'm not a narcissist. I'm not a vain person. It's a matter of sharing of the spooky. Now, this young man that has this channel here, In Praise of Shadows, I am very much impressed with him. He does in-depth analysis on some spooky stuff, and especially spooky movies that you wouldn't think about. He does this from a psychological and sometimes philosophical, sometimes a sociological standpoint, and just absolutely fascinating. I found him, the first time I found him, well, it wasn't that one. It was The Nightmare Artist. And let's see if I can go back and give you the thumbnail on that. Yeah, it's that one right there. Because having the BA in art along with the BA in psychology and the 3.5 years of nursing, yeah, on the moon in Gemini, which is just weird in itself. But anyhow, that one was just fascinating. And then this one has been one of my favorites that he did recently, and this is about the movie Basket Case. If you've never seen Basket Case, to the random observer, it's going to be one of these B, C, or D grade horror movies that's just kind of odd. And so when you hear his analysis of this, it's like, wow, that really has a lot more depth than I even thought about. So very much, and you can go and then listen to his analysis and then go and watch the movies, and you'll find them a lot more extraordinary than you would if you had not heard him. He explains also about the production of the movies, sometimes the writing, different things like that. I strongly suspect he has something to do with maybe the film industry or something. And just a really good channel. Okay, the next one, if I can get up here with the tabs, it's trying to watch my viewfinder and do what I'm doing at the same time. And LA, honey, why didn't you put that on your banner? I don't know why he didn't. This is LA Marzulli, and I have listened to LA for many years, and he is very much a Christian, so that's going to come from that perspective. But he also has been very instrumental in bringing the supernatural part of Christianity back into being, which it never left. But for a period of time, people didn't want to discuss these things. I don't know why, because how can you, if you separate the supernatural and paranormal from Christianity, you have another philosophy. No, thank you. But especially with the UFO community, now LA has been featured on Coast to Coast AM multiple times over the years. He's just all over the place as far as with that, and the Nephilim. That has been something that he has studied in depth, just lots of things. And I do have some of the movies he's produced, DVDs, whatever you want to call them. I couldn't get them on DVD form, and they're very interesting. I mean, they really are, especially when there were these beings that lighted atop, I don't know, it was some kind of building there in the Middle East, and just fascinating stuff. So he has redone recently this movie right here, which is UFO, The Coming Great Deception and the Luciferian Endgame. And this is available. I will put links to all these sites and stuff. This is a movie that is free to watch here on YouTube. And it's people's individual encounters with whatever this phenomenon is. And I think he had originally released it under the title In Their Own Words. And it was good then, and he's trimmed it down, put new music and stuff with it. And it's very much worth your time to watch. It lasts an hour and 2 minutes, and you know, that's a whole lot of cat videos that you could mindlessly watch, or you can watch this. And then the last one may not seem it's one of these things that may not seem to be like the others, but that is this young man right here. And what he does, he sings Gregorian chants, or he sings in the Gregorian chant style. And you're like, how is that spooky? Well, if you've never heard Gregorian chants, that is some of the most mystical, haunting type of music that you will ever listen to. And this young man has an amazing voice. And it's, I'm not Catholic, but I still enjoy it. You can read the comments, and there are people from all kinds of religions, different faiths and stuff like that. There are people that have not found their faith yet that still get the benefit of this young man's music. And if you are having a hard time as far as finding peace in your spirit, sometimes this can be remarkably soothing. And he had recently gotten, I should have fixed that one better. He had recently gotten to 100,000 subscribers, which that's a big accomplishment for anybody that's been making videos. But he had such an amazing and humble take on this, because there's so many people that they treat that like it's nothing. And he had apparently gone through dark night of the soul. And that is a process. If you're not familiar with dark night of the soul, we may discuss that at a later date, because it's a very painful process. But it teaches you many, many things. And he got this. And listening to his acceptance of this and what it means to him has very little to do with YouTube. It has to do with the people that are on YouTube that appreciate him. So, he's very much worth a listen. And, yeah. So, I like to share the spooky. I like to share the talent. When I find a channel that, strikes a chord in me, I'm going to share it with y'all. So I'm hoping that maybe some of this struck a chord with you, and that you will share with me if you've had any supernatural paranormal encounters, if you've had experiences with UFO and or aliens with or without probing, the cryptids, if you want to go into cryptozoology and Bigfoot. That is something there's a Bigfoot community out there that I'll have to go back and research and find some of the references on that. Now, those people have a hard time, and they have a tendency to be a little bit defensive because those who are searching for this creature have done so for a long time, and they get a lot of flack over it. So I will hunt that for the next share on that. If you've had any kind of skinwalker or whatever it is, youngest kid at some point, he has learned of other potential beings that I'm not familiar with. So you may be familiar with some of those also. If you've had experiences with alternate realities and alternate dimensions, and if that was with or without substances, still very much appreciate Green Jay and his share of the DMT, because that was fascinating. If you've got local legends and myths, and Yates have sent me some stuff that's going to be coming up in the next few days, all that stuff, and I appreciate that. I truly, truly do. Send all those to cupofcoffeewithscream at gmail.com, and you all have a beautiful, blessed day.